The Gen Zs and the millennials uprising last year, the year 2024, has left me wondering with so many questions. It was issue-based then. The life was very difficult, and you understand the economy was also and is still very difficult to date. The prices of basic commodities were so high, but I've been left thinking. After the much pushing of the Occupy Parliament, Occupy State House notions, and when the Gen Zs did manage to occupy the Parliament, there were also calls for other demonstrations for people to come to the streets, and that did not go easy. There are people who did lose their lives, and we know for sure, up to date, no justice has been done. So that has left me wondering, what has changed such that we no longer see huge masses going to fight for their lives, yet the issues that we were fighting at that particular moment have not been solved? Has the education sector been streamlined? Has the health sector been streamlined? Has the agricultural sector been streamlined? Is the economy good? The government will keep on saying that they have done well. The government, the politicians will always say, give us more time. And now we are in full campaign mode. Let us sit down and think for once. Let us ask ourselves, the manifestos that these people did promise to fulfill, the agenda that was in their manifesto during and after the campaigns, have they been able to fulfill that? Right from your MCA, to your MP, to your senator, to your women representative, to your governor, and finally to the president. Have they fulfilled the promises that they made to you? That is why I agree with those who feel like campaigns should be people-based or people-sponsored. Imagine if we as a citizen would fund a certain candidate for a particular seat. That person will be liable. He will be answerable to us. But if we leave that person use monies acquired through the proceeds of corruption, then after gaining or gathering our votes, at the end of the day, what he will be doing, it was an investment, therefore he needs a return on investment. All the things that we were promised are not gonna be fulfilled. So I keep asking myself, we had so many youths that were unalived at that particular moment, especially June 25th, 2024 in the Occupy Parliament. And the aftermath, we had people who were drawing silhouettes like Kibet Bull, who were later on kidnapped but released upon a huge uproar. Now, we have seen extrajudicial killings taking place. We have seen police brutality playing at its best. We have seen state-sanctioned abductions happening right in front of our eyes, yet we are helpless and we remained hopeless to this date. We saw a regime that is focused on detrimenting its citizenry, a regime that is concerned in position, a regime that was concerned so much on retaining its power rather than following the sovereignty of the people, the power that the people bewildered upon them to, operate and conduct the mandate or fulfill the mandate as according or enshrined in our constitution. So I keep wondering, we are seated pretty, or have we given up the fight? Have we said that let Ruto and his cronies do whatever they want to do? After all, it's only there's something that Gachagua did say day before yesterday, that let us not worry, it is just 2 years to go. But 2 years is such a huge time in politics. The development that can happen in 2 years is so huge. Remember, we are citizens. Some of us do businesses. We do pay business permits, licenses, and we need to see value for that. Apart from the normal purchases of basic commodities that we do on our daily basis, whereby also 16% of value added tax is being remitted. We need value for our taxes. That is all we demand. Unfortunately, if you go online this day, the same persons whom we had on the front line trying to fight for Kenyan rights are the same people today dining with the government. They are the same people who are actually now orchestrating on how to grasp or retain this regime come the year 2027. They have I can say they have collectively gone berserk, crazy, because all they are concerned over is positions. The person whom for a long time you thought was your hero, the person whom for a long time did thought was a Democrat, a person whom you thought was fighting for human rights, is today dining with very big spoons in State House. I'm talking about none other than the former Prime Minister and the leader of the Orange Democratic Movement, that is Raila Amolo Odinga, whom today is dining with the Ruto's regime, a killer regime, a regime that has been known for a culture of lies, a regime that has been known for being led by a president who is a pathological liar, a president whom keeps on promising even things that you as a citizen would need to suspend your thinking or your thinking capability or reasonability for you to condone whatever he's saying. Each and every place he steps, he keeps promising and promising things that we know so well he cannot fulfill, because for 3 years he's not been able to fulfill anything. Well, in the first 1 year, he was right to say, kindly give me more time because I got while the public coffers were empty. It went to 2 years, 3 years, still the president and his cronies are asking for more time. I mean, what kind of regime is this? We need a regime change, and it is you, it is me, it is us who can do this. I wonder where the rain began beating us. And there's a video once, I once talked of Ugandans did try this during their uprising. Nigeria did try this, and the moment they stopped, that is when the governments knew how to deal with them, and they made sure that such a thing will never happen again. And I told you the fear of staging an uprising, a revolution, then halting, taking a break. We were never to take a break. I know people will say people are dying. I understand. But yes, it wouldn't come on a silver platter. Remember, we are dealing with monsters in the name of politicians, whom by hook and crook will do anything to maintain their power. They will maintain their stay in power. Right now, we have conversations like extending the presidential term limit to 7 years. Honestly, to what direction are we heading? Yet, we have leaders who pretend to be in the opposition. Sometimes they're in government. You know, you cannot pretend to be in opposition and in government unless there is something that you need from the government. You see, for people like Raila Amolo Odinga, it's about their interest. When their pockets the amount in their bank accounts tend to lower down, then they have to bring an issue. He will send his dogs to back so that Ruto will act accordingly and top up the amount. So you see, for them, they'll bargain for the CS positions. They will bargain to be included in the key positions in the parliamentary committees. They will bargain to be in the PSs. They will want the top layer of the oil. But now you see, Mr. Odinga and his cronies don't understand that when you make your bed, you have to lie on it. They have made a bed of sleeping with the government, so they have to lie with it. They have to take responsibility. They have to agree that they are in government. The shenanigans of telling us it is the president who looked for him so that he could help him steer the government. Only a child that has no reasoning capability will trust you. For us who are, old enough to understand the politics and the matrix in which you're trying to use, you cannot sway us. Let us talk about the division along tribal lines. That is what you always use as your political capital. I'm addressing you politicians. And for a long time, Kenyans, you think that we fight ourselves. We don't. There are some external forces that are responsible for your fight. They will all make sure that you get divided. Remember the divide and rule tactic. Because when people are divided, it is easier to govern them. But when they are united towards the cause, you cannot lie to them. But I'm happy. I know for sure, out of 100 people who are strong psycho fans of Raila Odinga, at least there is a percentage whom today have opened their eyes and decided never shall they be myopic again when focusing on issues of politics and governance. Let us not lose the cause. Let us maintain politics of issues. Let us not sway into the trick that these politicians are trying to take us into, the trick of tribalism. Let us not go into that. What is your take on this? Give me your comment in the comment section. If you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in DURB Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ramadan Karim wa Swaum Makbul.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, DURB Radio ndio mpango mzima.